Welcome back to another edition of the Fantasy Football Expo podcast series. I'm your host, Bob Lund. Those two guys run a company called Golden Camel. It is a super cool app and thing that you want to see when you come to the Fantasy Football Expo. They're also the Saturday night party sponsors. They're also the sports betting stage sponsors. These guys, first year coming in, balls to the wall. They're coming up next. Here we are. We'll wait for these guys all summer. Met these guys back a long time, way back in February, right? At FSGA in Vegas. Ryan Magrum, Arty Baxter from Golden Camel. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. We've been trying to put this together for months. And you guys have been traveling like crazy, doing all kinds of stuff, promoting Golden Camel. I've been all over the place too, so we really haven't just got this together, but here we are. Gentlemen, introduce yourselves so they know who you are and where you guys are calling in from.
I'm Ryan Magrum.
What's up, guys? Arty Baxter.
And we're in Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix, Arizona. All right. So hence why they got a better tan than even I do, even though it doesn't get very good.
And hence
why
we're traveling so much.
Well, I was saying, you guys have been traveling like crazy. I know every time I'm trying to get together with you guys, you're like, oh, we're going to be in Mexico this week. Oh, we're going to be here this week. Oh, we're going to be in Chicago this week. Oh, so all good. You guys are busy cranking out there to get the Golden Camel app roaring in front of people. So before we get into all of the Golden Camel stuff and the expo and everything you guys are going to be doing, let's take a step back in history. So when did you guys get started either playing fantasy football? Maybe it's sports betting, because obviously Golden Camel is more about sports betting. But talk about like your first exposure, how old you were, what year it was, just into this fantasy football sports betting world. Do you guys remember?
Yeah, definitely remember.
Yeah, it was. I first got into it kind of in the underground illegal bookie world of sports betting. That's definitely where I started. And then I was a poker player. And then when I stopped playing poker, I kind of became a degenerate sports bettor.
Not there's anything wrong with that. There's no.
That should be bold and capitalized.
Capital
D for degenerate.
Yeah. But I started young, like right out of college, and love it from the beginning. And then I got into fantasy later with friends, and Arty and I are actually in a pretty serious fantasy league and have been for, I don't know, 10 years now?
I think we're probably minimum 10, but I think it's like year 12. And it's getting to the point where all of our friends have way more money than us, and we're getting priced out of the league. So
what are we talking here? $1,000, 10 grand? What are we dropping here?
It's north of that right now. So it started at 1,000 buy-in, and it's way above my tax.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, you guys are rolling with it, I guess.
And the insane side bets too. It really is just pretty ludicrous at this point.
So are you like the Degenerates Fantasy League? We're the SoCal Bros.
SoCal Bros. I love it.
We both lived in LA, so it's all our friends who it started in LA, and now most of them have left LA.
Yeah, everybody's all over the place now. Arty actually took second place though last year, so he made some good money last year.
Yeah. All right, let's say you got a good return on investment. You guys look like you're athletic. Did you guys play football or any sports in high school, college?
Yes, I played a lot of sports in high school, and I played college football at the University of Colorado.
Oh, all right. Well, that's a big deal. Arty?
Yeah, he's humble. He was a really good athlete. I lettered in a number of sports in high school. Played college football. Went the junior college route first. Okay. Had some success there. Ended up at ASU, but only played a total of 2 football seasons.
Hey, God bless you both for just being that good at something. I was on the chess team and golf team, so that's what was my limit. And then that's why I started playing fantasy football, because I couldn't play the real sport because I was too small back in the day. And just wasn't my thing. So
Well,
anyway,
well, Bob, the good news about that is you could still play those two sports. We can't go out and play football. So I
that's a
kind
fair point. You're right. Yeah.
of wish I learned to play golf and play chess and all those like smart yuppie things
Yeah. Right.
your whole life, because football, I don't remember the last time I tried to run a route. I'd probably blow my Achilles.
So we used to have a flag football tournament at our expo, and we stopped it after last year because the age of the people kept going up and the lack of people playing was going down. So I said, I think we've all outgrew it or got too old, because there's not a lot of 22-year-olds out there that wanted to play. The biggest year we had Des Bryant actually played in our flag football tournament. He had a fantasy game he brought to the event in 2020. He played quarterback. I don't know who the other guys were. They weren't certainly former players that like in the NFL, but it wasn't even fair. Like they just smoked it.
I bet.
At least
It was great though.
that really wouldn't have been fair.
Yeah. Everybody was like, I'm going to guard Des, man. I'm going to shut him down. And then he comes out and he's playing quarterback, and he was left-handed, which really threw us off. And it wasn't fair. I remember the first play for the first game of the scrimmage. Good friend of mine, and he's like super buff, super intense, and he's there and he's ready to guard. And this kid took 3 steps and he was gone. And they and Des just lobs it up, and this kid runs under for the first touchdown. And I looked at him and I go, "Hey, Bobby, I don't think you're in the same boat as those guys." If it was a weightlifting, he might have won, but not against those guys. But anyway, but no, good stories, good stuff. So when did all of that, the history, sports betting and getting really involved, when did the idea for Golden Camel come about? And then if you want to just lead into what it is and what Golden Camel does, so everybody knows, and we can kind of take that from there.
Wow. We'll give you the Cliff Notes version. Like it started from being a complete degenerate, sports betting. Both of us, who we may or may not have some history be in the house and kind of understand the whole sports gaming industry. And we were invited on a trip the year Levi Stadium opened. And opening game. We were sitting in a box that our friend owned, and we were betting like, I don't think it was opening game. I think it was October, because we were betting baseball. We were like playoffs or we're not even watching the game in front of us. This is before, every
all the apps,
all the different things. So we're on ESPN. We're hitting refresh, and Colin Kaepernick is throwing grounders to his receivers. We had the over. I think they scored a total of like 17 points the whole game. We lost every single bet. We were depressed. And I was waiting for an Uber outside his house because our buddies flew back, and like a total guys, like amazing Sunday. And we were asked, and I'm like, hanging on his mailbox. I'm like, dude, we did it again. We're such idiots. And we're like, what if there was an idea for like an app that all you had to do was like look, and all your bets were there, and it was color coded to the second. And that was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
10 years ago this football season. And then 3.5 years ago, Ryan reached out to me and was like, remember that idea we had for that app? And I was like, no. He's like,
no.
No.
Well, at the time, betting was still illegal, and
sure.
Then fast forward 3 years ago, it had been legal for a few years and looked like it was not going to slow down. So then I reached out,
and I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And he's like, remember the day? And I was like, oh yeah, God, I don't remember that day. And because we lost a ton of money, way too much. And he was like, dude, let's do it. And I paused. I was like, no, we can't do this right now. He's like, dude, let's do it. And came to terms. He's like, if you're in, I'm in. And we didn't know anything about tech. We didn't know where to even start. So we basically like started calling started Googling, just like friend of a friend of a friend. Everybody's telling us not to do it, like how expensive tech is and apps and like, all the different things. So, and here we are 3.5 years later and ready to rock.
That's awesome. So tell people a little bit more detail than what the Golden Camel app does for them that you don't have, that's not out in the public, or it's not out there as well as you guys have created it.
So we created the app to make the user's life easier. We want the user to kind of live on our app and then jump off to the betting sites to make their app. So we have a dashboard that imports all your plays from the different books. And then, like Arty said, it kind of color codes your bets when they're live. Green, you're winning. Red, you're losing.
Okay.
We have a scoring engine, which is speed data that's like the score, ESPN, so you can see what's happening in other games. And then you can click into those games and follow like Gamecast, live play-by-play stuff, player stats, players news, team news, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And, we also built out a prop bet scoring engine when we realized that the public just loves the prop bets. So we also have a kind that we know of, that prop bet that scores your prop bets live, real time across different platforms, right there on the dashboard. So you don't have to go back and forth. I mean, you can follow your prop bets on FanDuel or DraftKings like we track them, but you can keep them in different places. Now you have one place to see all of them. And then we built out an AI that simulates the game over 10,000 times, kind of gives you a little more insight into how you like your bets, or maybe you're on the right track, or maybe things.
So is it, and again, I'm trying to remember everything. I know we've had these conversations and talked about it. It is just on Apple or on both?
It's currently only on Apple.
Okay.
We do have a plan in the future to do something on Android. Apple's just it's the hard one to get on. So we wanted to kind of like do the hard lift first and then move on to that.
I knew there was a reason why I didn't have it, and that's why. It's like, because I'm like, why don't I have that app? I know we've talked about this, and I'm like, I think it's because it's only on Apple. I'm an Android guy because I'm old. All the old people have Android. So the app is available. People can download it. They can start using it now, correct? It's out there ready to use. And are you guys doing all sports? Football, baseball, basketball, hockey, soccer? I mean, how far deep does the sports go for you guys?
Yep. Currently, we're offering most of the sports. We're onboarding golf soon.
Okay.
MMA and boxing, but we have NFL, college football, NBA,
college basketball, MLB, NHL,
baseball, MLB,
international soccer, MLS, all that. So it's all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I remember seeing the example in February, which is why I forgot all this. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing because it makes it so much easier. Like you said, you're seeing the things, and then you got this deeper stuff like the AI and, helping people make that call or maybe think more about the bet that they're making. Talk a little bit more about the AI. Obviously, AI is a big thing, and everything's AI, but some of it's kind of, you're not sure, and some of it's, depending on where you're getting it from. Is it good, bad, different? We don't know. But talk about like what AI has done for you guys for this app and how it's going to help the users be bettors, right?
Yeah. So, Ryan and I both are pretty emphatic on that. There's a reason why the lights are on in Vegas, and the house has an extreme advantage. And it always will. It's a great tool. We believe that, sports betting, it should be fun. There's very few people that have the discipline to make a career out of it. Now, not to say it doesn't happen, oddly enough, like I had a friend who won $1 million on the daily fantasy. Was it the US?
The Millionaire Makers?
Yeah, what was it?
It-
What
it-
golf tournament?
It
Yeah.
was,
Yeah,
it was either the Masters or the U.S. Open. It was one
it's
of
the
the
US
big
Open. Yeah, the US Open. So like those types of stories happen. And kind of to rewind to your question about the AI,
Mm-hmm.
when we decided to make the app, we wanted it to be simple. We feel that some of the other apps are just there's just too much, right?
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to be the opposite of that. We wanted to be a Chipotle menu, not a Cheesecake Factory menu, So
Gotcha. I hear
we
you.
wanted it to be simple. Now,
Right.
you deep dive and go into a rabbit hole and get all the same information on our app that you can on some of our competitors and stuff like that. Yes, it's just not in your face. So
Right.
with the AI, we wanted to give people metrics that could give you a different opinion on the game one way or
Mm-hmm.
another. Now we've been testing it. It's still new to us. We
Right.
want
Sure.
to refine it. We want to refine it and see where like the true advantages exist. But at the end of the day, it's gambling. So
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Like you said, I mean, everybody has to be their own disciplinary of what they do, how much they bet, handle it all. I mean, and it can be tough. Yeah. I mean, I just don't have time to do much of it. But I would like, during the football season, I definitely do more prop bets and stuff like. But once it ends, it's like I'm not gonna do NBA. I'm not gonna do MLB. It's just, I'm busy doing my own things. But there's certainly people that love playing the game. They could break even for their entire life and they'd be pretty happy with it because it's just that instant gratification of winning, or I just missed and I'm going to bet it, so the fact that you guys have kind of a learning tool built into it is a pretty cool concept too, because that's what people need. They just need a little bit of guidance, a little bit of help. Certainly a lot of, betting experts out there, but if you have it right built into your app, how cool is that? So it definitely makes it well worth it. So you guys are coming to the expo, as I mentioned before. You guys are jumping in with both feet, and we thank you for it. You're the Saturday night sponsor. You're sponsoring the sports betting stage as well. Obviously, VIP booth number 2. You guys are coming in, and people are going to know by the end of this weekend who Golden Camel is. Talk about what you guys got planned for that weekend on behalf of Golden Camel for the party, your booth. I know one thing about your booth, but I'll let you say it. You guys are coming in to make a difference, and everybody's going to know who you are. But talk about all the cool things that you've told me, and maybe you've got some other secrets about the expo and what you guys got planned.
I think we want to keep a little bit up the sleeve,
Okay,
but
no, that's fine. If you want to, if you want to keep secrets,
we feel gambling is fun, should be
yeah,
fun. We don't like we've all we've all had experiences where Sunday night comes and you're like, what the hell just happened? Like, how did that, so we can relate. We've been
yeah,
there. But at the end of the day, like we want our brand. When people think of our brand, we want them to think first word fun, excitement, because that's what we're all there for the thrill. And if going back to like breaking even, I'd give my left arm if I could break even in lifetime of gambling.
yeah,
I think I would too.
Yeah,
I would if I could be even.
Yeah.
right.
So, but we're excited to be there. I mean, anything you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing, we're just excited to be there and share Golden Camel with users, future users of the app, and get people excited about what we've done and just grow our whole business.
Yeah, we want to hear people's feedback. We know we're not perfect. We've pivoted a number of times in our 3.5 year journey. I mean, AI wasn't around,
Right. That's true. Yeah.
We've pivoted. We want to hear feedback from people that actually use the app, people that are consumers. And, again, like we weren't tech guys before this. Yes, we have backgrounds in gaming and we can understand the consumer, but we want to hear feedback. We want to be a part of the culture. We want, when people think sports betting, we want them to think Golden Camel. And, if things go right, hopefully we have the F1 car, 10 years down the road. So
Release your sticker, big Golden Camel sticker on it, right?
Yeah, everyone could come along for the ride. We want to share the wealth with everybody.
No, I love it. As you mentioned, you guys are going to be doing a lot of stuff. Oh, and I had the question in my mind, it just went blank. So this is your first time coming to the event. I know we met at FSGA, but how did you hear about the expo? Did you hear about it before we met at FSGA? Did you see it in the past? Like, how did you guys hear about? Geez, how did you hear about the expo, not FSGA? How did you hear about the expo? Was it the first time there? Like somebody told you to talk to me, or was it before that, or?
Yeah, it was somebody at the FSGA conference said that we needed to talk to you, and you had a really cool opportunity and a really cool expo you guys do. And then they made the introduction, and that's kind of how we heard about it, and
Yeah.
we got really
Oh, that's
excited.
great.
It's direct to consumer. Like this is right in our wheelhouse. This is what we want.
Right.
We want
Right.
to be with the people. So
Well,
Yeah.
not to mention, we want to be better fantasy players. So if this is giving us some intel, because we're in these leagues that whether it's ego or it's finance, we
Yeah.
need to
Right.
find a way to win. So
Yeah.
if there's some intel amongst all these guys, we're all
There
in.
is. Yeah, no, and again, you couldn't have picked a better spot. I mean, Marcus Grant, NFL Network, Michael Florio, Mike Fabiano, Andy Behrens, gosh, who else? So many of the top experts in the country that you may have even followed already will all be there, and I'm sure they'll be happy to help you. With your fantasy football info nuggets, the panels. Make sure you check out all the ones that you're not a part of because that's where those guys are. We're giving out a lot of good information, but just the drinks flowing on Friday and Saturday night at your party on Saturday, Friday as well. That's where a lot of people just have those discussions and they walk up to a Marcus Grant or something like, "Hey, I kind of like this guy for this year. What is your thoughts?" And they'll share their thoughts, and there you go. You got firsthand information. So it's definitely that. And I'm sure they're going to be looking to you, go, "Okay, show me how to download this app because I want to get on this sports betting thing." So, folks, if you're listening, you've got an Apple phone. There's no reason you're not downloading the Golden Camel app and using it. So go do that now. Everybody who's an Apple person, get your Apple phone out, download the Golden Camel app, have it ready so that when you get to the expo in less than 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you can ask them or tell them some ideas. So again, as they just said, they want input. And let's be honest, we in the fantasy industry love to tell people what they're doing right or wrong. So I'm sure that we will get some folks that will be like, so Arty, I had a question about, blah, blah, blah. And you'd be like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. So yeah, I've never had a problem with anyone telling me how to improve the expo or how to improve anything. So I think you guys will get a lot of great input, maybe some constructive criticism, but I'm sure there'll be some
good.
great input indeed.
That's
No,
what
that's what we want, right? We want to know how we can be better. So before we go, guys, again, thank you for being a sponsor. Thank you for coming to this event. We're really excited for you guys. I know some of the secrets. So, folks, you got to come check out their booth. Of course, come to the Saturday night party. Why would you even come to the expo week if you're not going to that? It's going to be a great time. New location, Jersey/M Bar. Huge place. Lots of TVs, lots of football games will be on. Plus, they have an outside back patio for if it's good weather, we can do that. But gentlemen, just tell everybody where they can find everything, download, how to follow you guys on Twitter, all the socials, let everybody know where you're at, and then I'll just take us out from there.
Yeah, so you can download the app at on the App Store, just Golden Camel. Our Instagram is _golden_camel. And yeah, please follow us. We're excited to be a part of this community and deep dive into the culture of gaming and fantasy, and looking forward to meeting everybody and probably having 10 to 20 drinks with them.
Yeah, come have fun at our
Friday.
We'll make it interesting for sure.
I'm sure. I would expect nothing less from you guys. I've hung around you at the FSGA stuff. I know you guys are right there and will be part of the party from beginning to end. So once again, that's Ryan and Arty with Golden Camel. Don't forget to go get their app. If you've got an Apple phone, get it on Apple Play right now. Download it, put it on, start using it, and then give them some feedback when you see them at the expo. Of course, I'm Bob Lund with Fantasy Football Expo. Folks, tickets, we're like 3 weeks away. If you haven't got a ticket, you need a ticket. So, we'll cut them off, probably sales off about August 3rd, 4th. So don't wait. Just get them now. Get it over with. Get your stuff. Get everything booked. You're going to have a great time, everybody. So once again, we'll see you next time on the show. Everybody take care. God bless. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for watching. Lock in your 2025 football tickets now at thefantasyfootballexpo.com. Hit subscribe and check out one of these excellent @FF Expo videos next.